Did you know that one of the most sought-after collectible quarters in American numismatics looks like an ordinary coin you might find in your pocket right now? The 1966 Washington quarter with no mint mark might just be hiding in your change, and it could be worth far more than 25 cents. Today, we're diving deep into the fascinating history, value, and collectible secrets of this iconic piece of American currency. Stay tuned. You don't want to miss this. Welcome to the channel, coin enthusiasts. If you're passionate about American coins and want to learn the insider tips that help you spot rare treasures, you're in the right place. Today, we're exploring the 1966 Washington quarter no mint mark, a coin with an intriguing backstory and collector appeal that continues to grow decades after it was minted. The Washington quarter was first introduced in 1932 to commemorate the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. Designed by John Flanagan, its classic obverse features Washington's profile, a design so enduring it's still in use today with minor modifications. By 1966, the United States Mint was in the middle of a major transition. Due to the rising cost of silver, quarters minted from 1965 through 1970 no longer contained any silver. These coins were made from a clad composition of copper and nickel, marking a significant shift in coinage materials. The 1966 Washington quarter is part of this no-silver era. But unlike quarters minted in other years, the 1966 issues carry no mint mark at all. Why? Because from 1965 to 1967, the U.S. Mint temporarily stopped using mint marks on quarters and dimes to discourage coin collectors from hoarding coins during a coin shortage. So, all quarters from Philadelphia during these years have no mint mark. While the 1966 quarter might look ordinary, it's a popular collectible for several reasons. Historical context. It represents a unique period in U.S. coinage history when mint marks were temporarily removed. Condition. Rarity. Many of these quarters were heavily circulated, so finding one in near mint or uncirculated condition can be quite rare and valuable. Collector. Demand. Collectors seek to complete date sets of Washington quarters, especially the no mint mark years, making these coins a hot commodity in the market. Prices for a 1966 quarter in average, circulated condition typically hover around face value. However, uncirculated examples, especially those graded MS-65 or higher by professional grading services, can command prices from $5 to $30 or more, depending on condition and eye appeal. Like many coins, the 1966 Washington quarter has some interesting variations and error coins that can boost value significantly. Double die obverse, DDO. Some 1966 quarters show doubling on the obverse, especially noticeable on Liberty or In God We Trust. These double die errors are prized by collectors. Die cracks and cuds look for unusual raised lines or blobs on the coin's surface. These die errors occurred during the minting process and are collectible. Clad layering errors. Occasionally, coins will show separation of the copper-nickel layers or odd coloration spots. These errors are rare and often fetch a premium. If you come across any 1966 quarters exhibiting these characteristics, it's worth getting a professional opinion or grading for verification. If you want to add the 1966 Washington quarter no mint mark coin to your collection, here are some key tips. Identification. Remember, no mint mark means it was minted in Philadelphia during 1965-1967. Check for sharp detail, especially on Washington's hair and the eagle on the reverse, as sharper details indicate less wear. Condition. Matters? Aim for coins with minimal scratches, no discoloration, and full luster. Even slight circulation damage can reduce value significantly. Storage. Use acid-free coin holders or hard plastic slabs to protect your quarters from environmental damage like moisture, dirt, and handling. Professional grading. For high-value coins, consider submitting them to grading companies like PCGS or NGC. Graded coins typically sell for more due to guaranteed authenticity and condition. The 1966 Washington Quarter No Mint Mark coin is a fascinating slice of American history and a rewarding find for any collector. Whether you're just starting your coin journey or looking to deepen your knowledge, understanding the stories behind these coins adds real value, both financially and historically. 1979 Washington Quarter with a small D under the date could actually be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars? That's right. What most people think is just spare change might be a hidden treasure sitting in your pocket or coin jar. Today, we're diving into one of the most overlooked collectible coins in America, the 1979 D Washington Quarter, and revealing the secrets that make it valuable to collectors across the country. The Washington Quarter has been a staple of American coinage since 1932, introduced to honor the 200th birthday of George Washington. By 1979, the coin was already a familiar face in everyone's pockets. But that year, particularly the Denver Mint issue, would later become one of special interest to numismatists. The 1979 Washington Quarter struck at the Denver Mint carries the D Mint mark right under the year on the obverse side. While millions were minted, over 489 million to be exact, not all are created equal. Some rare varieties and minting errors have caught the attention of collectors, making this coin far more exciting than it might appear at first glance. Most 1979 D quarters in circulation are only worth face value. However, exceptional condition, unique errors, and rare varieties can skyrocket the price. Here are a few things that make these quarters valuable. Mint state condition, MS65 or higher. Coins with no wear, strong luster, and full details can fetch $20 to $50 or more. In MS67 condition, the price can jump to over $500, and the highest graded specimens can reach well into the thousands at auction. Full strike and strong details. Collectors pay a premium for coins with sharply struck hairlines on Washingtons. Portrait and well-defined eagle feathers on the reverse. Low population in high grades. Out of the hundreds of millions minted, only a small number survive in pristine condition, making them highly sought after. Now let's talk about what really gets collectors excited: errors and varieties. Keep an eye out for these: double die obverse, DDO. Look closely at the date, lettering, or Washington's eye. If you see doubling, especially on In God We Trust or Liberty, you may have a valuable DDO, off-center strike. If the design is not properly aligned, say, struck 5% to 20% off-center, it could bring in $100 or more, depending on how dramatic the error is. Clipped planche. These are coins that were struck on incomplete metal blanks. They often have a crescent-shaped clip and can be worth $50 to $150 repunched mint mark, RPM. A D-mint mark that looks doubled or stamped twice in different positions is another valuable variety that can fetch up to $100 or more, always. Inspect your 1979 D quarters under good lighting and magnification, because these small details can make a huge difference in value. Here are some quick tips if you're trying to collect or evaluate 1979 D quarters. Look for uncirculated rolls. Sometimes, banks and old coin rolls contain untouched quarters from the late 70s. It's worth searching them. Use grading guides. Familiarize yourself with grading standards from PCGS or NGC to understand how your coin ranks. Storage matters. Use acid-free holders, coin flips, or hard plastic cases to avoid damage from moisture, dirt, or oils from your fingers. Never clean your coins. Cleaning can ruin the surface and dramatically reduce value, even on otherwise rare pieces. Have you ever checked your pocket change and wondered if that ordinary-looking quarter might be worth more than just 25 cents? What if I told you that a 1984 Washington quarter with a simple D mint mark could be hiding a secret, one that collectors across the U.S. are hunting for? Today, we're diving deep into the world of the 1984 D Washington quarter, a coin that has fascinated numismatists with its surprising errors, unique history, and growing collector demand. So don't spend that change just yet. It could be worth far more than you think. The 1984 D Washington Quarter is part of the long-running Washington Quarter series, which began in 1932 to commemorate the 200th birthday of the first U.S. President, George Washington. Designed by John Flanagan, the obverse features Washington's profile, while the reverse displays a majestic bald eagle with spread wings perched on a bundle of arrows. In 1984, these quarters were struck at the Denver Mint, indicated by the small D mint mark just to the right of Washington's ponytail on the obverse. While this may seem like just another quarter from the 1980s, collectors know that the 1984 D has a few tricks up its sleeve. On the surface, the 1984 D Washington Quarter is a common coin. Over 546 million were minted, but not all of them were created equal. What gives certain 1984 D quarters value is a combination of condition, rarity, and known mint errors. For instance, quarters in mint state condition, MS65 or higher, can fetch a premium. A sharply struck example with original luster and minimal contact marks can sell for $15 to $40, and in some rare cases, especially in grades MS67, values can rise to over $300. But that's not all. Error coins from this year are what truly excite collectors. One of the most sought-after errors on the 1984 D quarter is the double die obverse, DDO. While it's not as dramatic as the famous 1955 Lincoln cent, some 1984 D quarters show noticeable doubling on the lettering, particularly on "In God We Trust and Liberty." Coins with clear doubling can be worth $100 or more, depending on the severity and condition. Another valuable error to watch for is an off-center strike, where the coin's design is not properly aligned. These can vary in price based on how off-center. The strike is, a 10% off-center strike might be worth $30, but a 50% off-center coin with a full date can go for $100 to $200 or more. Keep an eye out also for clipped planchet errors, where a piece of the coin appears cut off or missing. These types of minting mistakes are rare and can add significant value to your quarter. If you're lucky enough to find a 1984 D Washington Quarter in your change, here's what to look for. Check the condition. Coins in better condition always carry more value. Look for minimal scratches, full details, and good luster. Inspect for errors. Use a 10x magnifying glass or jeweler's loupe to look closely at the date, lettering, and edge. Store properly. Keep high-quality or error coins in a protective coin flip or airtight capsule to avoid tarnishing. Get it graded. If you believe you have a high-value error or mint state example, consider getting it graded by a reputable service like PCGS or NGC. These small steps can preserve your coin's value and even increase its market appeal if you ever decide to sell. The 1984 D Washington Quarter might not seem extraordinary at first glance, but hidden gems like these prove that history and hidden value can be found in the most ordinary places. So next time you get change at the store, take a closer look. That quarter in your hand might just be a collector's treasure. If you found this video helpful, smash that like button, subscribe for more fascinating coin stories, and follow us for daily updates on rare and valuable U.S. coins. Who knows? Your next great find could be just a video away. Thanks for watching, and happy hunting!